By now, we all know that Giganotosaurus has a big role in the upcoming Jurassic World Dominion movie. But I think it's actually a mistake, and the filmmakers should have cast, in replace of this animal, Acrocanthosaurus. Hey guys, Mike here, and hope you're all doing well. Now, this is just my personal opinion, my take on it, but I actually think it was worth posting. Acrocanthosaurus lived some 110 million years ago in prehistoric Oklahoma, and it would have been a big game hunter, taking down big, enormous sauropods. So right off the bat, this is just my belief, but I think the filmmakers should have used Acrocanthosaurus instead. Some of the reasons why I believe this center around, take a look at Acrocanthosaurus. It had an enormous spine atop its back, also running down from the top of its head, down its back, all the way to its tail. Now, the sail was not as big as Spinosaurus, but it is pronounced nonetheless, and it would have given the animal, a visible marking to showcase to the general public that this was a new dinosaur, something different. Giganotosaurus, it's possible it could look like the T-Rex. We'll have to see what they do to make it look different, to differentiate it from non-dinosaur people who will be watching the movie. But nonetheless, I think the sail would have been something really cool that would have separated this animal and showcased that it was a brand new dinosaur, not a T-Rex. If you also look at it from the marketing, branding, and merchandising, picture walking into a store and seeing the Jurassic World Dominion logo, and plastered across that is the letters ACRO, standing for ACRO. Has a real powerful punch to it, ACRO. I could even picture in the movie itself a lot of the people shouting, "ACRO's coming, there's an ACRO." We don't know what they're going to call the Giganotosaurus in the movie, but that word can be a mouthful for an audience that may not necessarily be familiar with dinosaurs. So ACRO had a good, strong branding to it. Another reason why I think they should have used that animal. Now, as far as size goes, Acrocanthosaurus was not as large as T-Rex, but Dr. Wu did explain in one of the movies that nothing is real. So, meaning if they needed Acrocanthosaurus to be this big 50-foot plus monster, they could have bulked it up. They could have made it a little bit bigger than it actually was in real life. So, once again, another reasoning why I think this animal should have been used in place of Giganotosaurus. Think back to Michael Crichton for a second, back in the mid to late 80s writing Jurassic Park. He originally did research on Deinonychus, and that was going to be the starring animal in the book, meaning those were going to take the place of the velociraptors. And it was based on John Ostrom's study of the dinosaur known as Deinonychus. But at the very last second, Michael Crichton decided to name them velociraptors. But all of their characteristics are patterned after Deinonychus. And he went with this because he liked the name better. It sounded better, it sounded sleeker, it sounded sexier. I think that's what I'm getting at here with this video, is that I like the way Acro sounds instead of Giganotosaurus. It's not that I like this animal more than Giganotosaurus, it's just from a movie-going standpoint, people that may not necessarily be familiar with these animals, I think they would have had an easier time grasping Acrocanthosaurus, or ACRO for short. Let us know in the comments section down below what you think on this. I think that this was a pretty cool video. I had a good time making it, and I picture walking into a store seeing all sorts of merchandise with the letters ACRO plastered all over it. Take care, you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.